How are you?
Very good.
You know, let's talk about loss and hell.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just segue into it. You know,
Sweetheart, I love you.
I really connected with the film.
Good.
And I just want to thank you for that, because I think it's a hard film to pull off. It's a hard concept to do. You have a visionary filmmaker.
Very much.
And you have a script that works pretty well, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that there's this, you know, you have, like you said, visions.
Yeah.
Visions of heaven and hell, but also underneath it is this whole emotional through line, the emotional journey, going back through all these kind of painful and yet sometimes very positive, you know, this love that can take you through that. The idea that you have heaven and hell in your own life, and people who've been married go, yes, you understand. But also, you know, it's a very interesting movie on that on many levels.
And many people have their own vision of heaven or hell or whatever they want to do with it, and it might not be their vision. That's what's cool about this film. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because this one is, because he chose to make it very personal, very subjective, it doesn't get into the area of, you know, whether people think it's a happy, it's bucolic, but this one is a very much the idea that it's created from a connection with someone else, that it involves love, but also that the world he's in is involved with his connection to her. That she's a painter, that somehow that world is created from that concept. It's a very personal one, that it's created from your conscious, that you manifest that the idea that, you know, many people talk about, but the idea that you literally is mind is matter in that world.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hopelessly romantic notion that your idea of heaven is your wife's paintings.
Well,
I mean, what a wonderful thing.
Well, I think it's the idea of, you know, it could be something else if she was a musician. I mean, you know, if she was a caterer, which is what in the book you come in, there's moose everywhere.
You'd be in a big pot of food, wouldn't you?
Yeah, what is, oh my God, I'm in a bouillabaisse! Welcome to hell, mister.
Honey,
there's
I
a
shrunk the
lobster going,
kitchen.
hey, you're mine, buddy, you're mine. But yeah, there is, what are you doing? Welcome, it's France and you're a frog.
But I didn't want to go to Spago's.
Yeah, too late now. And little frogs on carts going, yeah, fun for you, huh? But I think that there is something very, very different. I mean, that's why we wanted to make the film, to present that and to see. It's interesting to see the people afterwards. That, you know, I think there's initially kind of like, wow, and then afterwards people start looking at it, and it provokes an interesting response, no matter what.
Odd question, but is this a heaven-type time in your life right now?
Oh, I mean, I can't imagine. It's not even just the Oscar. I mean, it's just all things with family and friends, and it's just, people say, imagine the afterlife. I said, this life is quite extraordinary, so imagining something beyond this, you know, as you get to be, I'm 47, so all of a sudden you do imagine that, especially every time the doctor goes, but, two fingers.
Ouch.
Oh, yeah, you seem to be better. But you do, you know, this right now in my life, things are magnificent.
Do you still go through the same thought process on what scripts you'll do now than you did maybe 5 or 10 years ago, or is it different?
I think it's the same process of just seeing if you read it, and if you find yourself connected through it all the way through. If you find yourself losing interest and going, okay, stay focused. I mean, sometimes you may be tired and you have to really go back and read something again, but there's other times when you realize you're not connecting to it. I mean, especially if you're looking at a specific character that they want you to play. And there's always that same law that still applies of what is in the script is what will be shot. Yeah. I mean, they may change images, like with this, I mean, the final concepts of heaven and hell were changed visually, but the script itself, the actual, you know, the arc of it is what they're going to shoot. So you have to say, is this something, number one, you believe you can do? Number two, do you want to do it and go through that? That was the debate on this movie because it's so painful. The stuff you have to deal with is pretty horrific in terms of, you know, loss and isolation, that you say, all right, I do believe I'll go through this because I believe the end result is something very positive. But you still look at it in that same way, and you still go, you know.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Really good choice.
Thank you. A good choice.